The B-stance hip thrust is a variation of the traditional hip thrust that has gained popularity in strength training and rehabilitation settings. Designed to emphasize one side of the body at a time while still maintaining balance, this exercise is often referred to as a kickstand or staggered stance hip thrust. By altering foot placement, lifters can challenge their glutes and hamstrings in a slightly unilateral fashion without sacrificing stability. To perform the movement, the lifter begins in the standard hip thrust position with the upper back resting on a bench, core braced, and feet planted on the floor. However, instead of having both feet evenly placed, one foot, the working leg, is positioned firmly on the ground, while the other is slightly in front with only the heel or toes touching lightly for balance. This staggered stance shifts the majority of the load to the working side, typically distributing around 70 to 80% of the effort there. The motion then follows a normal hip thrust pattern, driving the hips upward through the working heel, squeezing the glutes at the top, and lowering under control. The primary benefit of the B-stance hip thrust is targeted glute activation with reduced spinal or pelvic stress compared to heavier bilateral variations. Since it challenges one side more directly, it also helps address muscular imbalances, improves hip stability, and enhances athletic performance. For individuals recovering from injury or those who find single-leg hip thrusts too demanding, the B-stance option provides an excellent middle ground by offering unilateral benefits without extreme balance requirements. This exercise can be loaded with body weight, dumbbells, or a barbell, making it highly adaptable for different training goals. Beginners may start with light resistance to master the movement pattern, while advanced lifters can progressively overload for hypertrophy and strength gains. Athletes often incorporate it to improve sprinting, jumping, and overall lower body explosiveness. In conclusion, the B-stance hip thrust is a versatile and effective exercise that bridges the gap between bilateral and unilateral training. It not only strengthens the glutes and hamstrings, but also improves balance, coordination, and muscle symmetry, making it a valuable addition to almost any strength program.